I am Gambang, who and to all the students today. My name is Ahmad Fahmi bin Muhammad Zaki as your Master of Ceremony for this morning. Alhamdulillah, all praise to Allah, the most merciful and most beneficent, that we have been graced by the chance to gather here for Ibadah Camp 2.4 Semester 2 2021/2022. To begin the program, with blessing of Allah, I would like to invite Brother Adam bin Ahmad Afif to lead the recitation of Dua. Please welcome.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Al-Fatihah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مباركا مرحوما وتفرقنا من بعده تفرقا مباركا معصوما ولا تجعل لهم فينا ولا معنا شقيا ولا محروما. ربنا عليك توكلنا وإليك أنبنا وإليك المصير. اللهم طول أعمارنا وصحح أجسادنا وثبت إيماننا ووسع أرزقنا وحسن أخلاقنا ونور قلوبنا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اجعلنا من أهل الخير واجعلنا من أهل البركة واجعلنا من أهل المغفرة. اللهم اجعلنا من أهل الجنة واجعلنا من أهل الفردوس الأعلى برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اجعل مجلسنا هذا مجلسا مباركا لأصحابنا وأهلنا وجيراننا وضيوفنا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Amin ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you, Brother Adam, for the Dua recitation. Without further ado, I would like to give the honor to Ustaz Muhammad Sharif bin Hashim, the Assistant Director of Masjid CFS, to deliver his welcome remarks. The platform is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Innal hamdalillah wa nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lah wa man yudlil fala hadiya lah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarika lah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Amma ba'd. Praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because He is the most gracious and merciful. We are given the opportunity to increase our knowledge, faith and deeds in the Ibadah Camp program. Thanks to Brother Ahmad Fahimi. Ahmad Fahimi, correct me? Chairperson?
Ahmad Fahmi.
Fahmi, okay, sorry. Thanks to Ahmad Fahmi as a chairperson for this program, and also for Doa recitation by Brother Adam. Respected Brother Ishaq, Deputy Dean Odail, as a first speaker for the first topic of Ibadah Camp program today. First of all, I would like to thanks to my team, Masjid CFS team, led by Ustazah Nur Adilah, assisted by Ustaz Mahfuz, Ustazah Nur Azlina, Ustaz Fizuddin, and Brother Rizal, in organizing this beneficial program to all CFS students. Also highly appreciated to iMasjid Group, CFS, and all committee Ibadah Camp 2.4. I would like to thank all the participants who took the time to participate in this program. The Ibadah Camp 2.4 consists of human science and economic students. For your information, Ibadah Camp is a compulsory program to all CFS students. Previously, the program known as ILTRA, Islamic Leadership Training, and then changed to LITRAIN, Leadership Training, and now it's known as Ibadah Camp. The students need to participate this program once per academic year according to the schedule provided by Ibadah Camp Secretariat. Aims of the program is to produce holistic students of CFS IUM that excel in duniawi here and ukhrawi after here. Bijak sini, bijak sana. Dua-dua kita kena rebut. The previously Ibadah Camp, we conduct Masjid conduct 2.1, 2.2. We have a Ibadah Camp program, Ibadah Camp session, and now we on online platform. So we just have a talk in online mode. I hope you can perform your Qiyamul Lail at your home, at your hometown. So for this session, and at 9 a.m. until 10:30 a.m., we have Brother Ishaq, Deputy Dean Odile, on topic time management. Inshallah, from this session, you can get the input pertaining significance of time in Islam, punctuality, planning. And then on top 2, on topic men as vicegerent, inshallah will be delivered by Ustaz Ikmal Hakimi bin Muhammad Helni from QLD. Inshallah, from this session, you can get the input pertaining trust and responsibility, critical and creative thinking, istiqamah, honesty, passion, justice. And then on session 3, at 2 until 3:30 p.m., we have a topic, Mau'izatul Hasanah. Inshallah will be delivered by Ustazah Tuan Nur Shazni binti Tuan Muda from Islamic Review Knowledge Department. Inshallah, from this topic, we can good input pertaining to good, respect, smile, language of communication, salam, and thankfulness. Inshallah, I hope this program can give all of you benefit, and also we can fulfill our time, especially you at your home many time, and also you can ikhlas, jujur, to participate this program. Bukan saja buka, betul pergi tempat lain, tinggal je kan. Maknanya kena jaga adab-adab ilmu tu, kena jaga. Bukan saja memang kita dengar, tapi bukan badan saja, jiwa kita. Maknanya kalau ada I believe you can make this program two-way communication. You can ask our speaker immediately. So if you have any inquiries, any problems, please don't hesitate to refer to Secretariat the program. We Masjid CFS IUM as organizer for the program, pray to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala that this program will achieve all its objective. One must thank and appreciation to those who giving the support and cooperation in realizing this program, directly and indirectly. May Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala reward those who do good deeds the best for him. Enjoy your program. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Ustaz Sharif, for the inspiring speech. I hope that our program today will be useful to all the students to gain more knowledge. For the first session, we will be having a talk delivered by Brother Izdihar bin Ishaq, the Deputy Dean of Academic and Internationalization, SIAN Gambang, which the topic is time management. Before that, let me just touch the tip of the iceberg from Brother Izdihar's background. He is a former student of University Malaya, as he took his bachelor's degree in physics and finished his master's degree in applied science at the same university. Therefore, is the speaker present yet? Sorry for the inconvenience. The speaker is yet to enter the Zoom, so we will wait for the speaker to come. All right. The speaker has entered the Zoom, right? Therefore, without wasting any time, let's welcome Brother Izdihar bin Ishaq to deliver his talk. The floor is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi sari sadri wa yassirli wahlul min lisani yafqahu qawli. Thank you very much, Brother Fahmi. Alhamdulillah, Brother Fahmi and all brothers and sisters online. I'm not so sure how many is online. How many online, Fahmi? How many online?
Right now in the Zoom meeting, there is 163 attendees, and the YouTube live there is 22.
22, So 160 and 22 lah. Okay, Fahmi, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. So Alhamdulillah, Fahmi, you are what program, Fahmi?
I'm from Department of Engineering.
Engineering. So are you in campus?
Yes.
Yes, you're in campus. Quarantine? No, quarantine. Quarantine, Still under quarantine, Mahala?
Yes, in Mahala Biruni.
All right. So Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, brothers and sisters. Okay, insyaAllah, we meet again. So I'm Izdihar Ishaq. I don't know whether you still remember me or not. I think the other day, you see me during the ta'aruf. I don't know. Fahmi, how are you doing there in the Mahala? Is it okay, the condition?
Alhamdulillah. So far, there's no problem.
When are they going to release the student?
Actually, the quarantine for Malah Biru ini will be lifted on the Tuesday, if I'm not
Tuesday, okay
mistaken.
lah. Alhamdulillah lah. InsyaAllah. Okay lah. So, Alhamdulillah, brothers and sisters. So, itulah, actually we are in a very challenging situation lah. I think you all know the situation in Gambang. But Alhamdulillah lah, insyaAllah, we are letting the student to go back, insyaAllah. So, and actually, if you look at the pandemic situation now, brothers and sisters, actually, we are actually entering the endemic phase, actually, endemic phase. In endemic phase, actually, we will consider what we call the COVID actually as a normal cold virus, common flu virus. So everybody will get it. So that's why if you look at the case outside, it's very, very high actually. Because I want to, first, I want to, to what we call change the perception. Because a lot of students, I know they are very stressed, whatnot. I think most of you online is either your economic or human sciences, isn't it? Okay. But then some of you on campus, I know you are eager to go back. Inshallah, don't worry so much, inshallah. Like Fahmi mentioned just now, inshallah by Tuesday, we are going to release all the students. You can go back to your hometown and so on. But don't forget, brothers and sisters, basically we are nearing the exam period. That's why we need to really focus on our studies. In fact, the main reason, brothers and sisters, why we bring the student back on campus, basically because we want the student to focus on your studies. I really hope those who are at your home, those brothers and sisters at your home, really focus on your studies. Okay, that's the main reason. In fact, if you look at the recent KPT announcement, the KPT is going to allow all the students to return back to campus, and this March. So that's the thing. If you look, okay, now back to our university, brothers and sisters. Because the other day, viral lah, one student. I don't know what's the reason of this student. I think this student, I don't know, wait, Fahmi, whether you heard or not. Okay, can you see the screen, Fahmi?
Yes.
Okay, the student says that, he make a wrong choice to enter IAUM. I don't know whether Fahmi seen that comment or not. Fahmi? Ada tak? Ada terbaca tak? Okay. I'm not so sure lah whether you read or not. But brothers and sisters, okay, we are basically at International Islamic University Malaysia. Okay, the perception there must be, we must really look at it from Islamic perspective. Okay, the main reason why we are at the university actually, because why? Allah choose us to be in this university. That's the main thing that you must change the perception. Sebab utama kita berada di universiti ni, sebenarnya Allah memilih kita untuk berada di universiti. Itu yang paling penting, paling penting yang kita kena faham. That's why if you look at our university, International Islamic University, it is the garden of knowledge and virtue. So why we choose to enter this university, or why Allah choose us to be in the university? Because if you look at the tagline there, the tagline now is not only leading the way, but leading the world. We want to lead the world. If you look, IIUM is very different than the other university in the world, because we are focusing on Islamic values, brothers and sisters. If you look at the first tagline, what is our first tagline? What is our first tagline? Anybody on online? Basically, our first tagline basically is Khalifah, leading the world. And now, if you look, before we are leading the way, now we are leading the world. Sebab tu, brothers and sisters, kita sebenarnya nak berada di persada dunia tu, brothers and sisters. Sebab tu kita kena betul-betul really focus, focus on our studies. Okay, the first tagline if you look is Khalifah. We want our student to be the next leader of the ummah. That is very important, to be the Khalifah. When a Khalifah, we are the leader. That's why we are leading the world. We want to lead the world in all branches of knowledge. And then the next one is, the tagline is Amanah. If you look, and the tagline is Amanah. If you go to the CFS campus or any IUM campus, you will look, Khalifah, Amanah, Iqra, Rahmatal Lil Alamin. Leading the world. We are leading the world. The next one is Amanah. The prerequisite to become a Khalifah is Amanah. That's why I want to change your perception. Saya nak mengubah perception pelajar-pelajar kita. Ada pelajar merasakan dia macam seolah-olah buat pilihan yang salah untuk masuki IIM. Tapi sebenarnya bukan kita yang memilih, tapi Allah yang memilih kita untuk berada di International Islamic University Malaysia. Tu. You are the chosen one. Kamu adalah insan-insan yang terpilih. Yang tu penting tu. Penting. Saya selalu fikir ni, kadang-kadang saya suka juga macam kamu, kadang-kadang dah selepas 20-30 tahun. Saya dengan IUM dah 24 tahun. Dah 24 tahun. Kadang-kadang kita fikir, kenapa kita masih berada di IUM? Lepas tu kita fikir balik. Kita berada di IUM sebenarnya disebabkan Allah memilih kita berada di sini. Untuk melakukan apa? Untuk melakukan kerja-kerja khalifah tu tadi. That's the thing, brothers and sisters. You must be clear about that. Jadi apakah ciri-ciri seorang khalifah? Salah satunya adalah amanah. Itu penting. Amanah. Apakah amanah? Apakah amanah? Amanah adalah meletakkan sesuatu pada tempatnya. Kita kena beramanah. Setiap benda yang kita lakukan, kita melakukan dengan penuh amanah. Penuh amanah. Jadinya katalah kita sebagai seorang pelajar. Apakah amanah kita sebagai seorang pelajar? Kita kena belajar dengan terbaik. Sebab tu kalau kita tengok yang kedua tu, kalau yang kedua tu dekat kalau kita tengok yang seterusnya, if you look at the next tagline, is basically is Iqra. Iqra. What is Iqra? It's all about, brothers and sisters. What is Iqra all about? Iqra basically, if you look the first ayat revealed by Allah SWT, by Allah SWT to Rasulullah SAW is Iqra bismi rabbikal lazi khalaq. Khalaqal insana min 'alaq. Iqra wa rabbukal akramul lazi 'allama bil kalam. It means that the first ayat revealed by Allah SWT adalah menuntut ilmu. Sebab tu bila kita, sebab tu kalau kita masuk kampus IUM, kita akan nampak kita punya tagline kita punya adalah Quran. Kalau kamu pergi, if you go to the main campus in Gombak, in fact, if you go to Kuantan, if you go to Gambang, the first thing that you will see is the Al-Quran. Al-Quran as the source of knowledge. That is Iqra. That's why it's very important for us to read and seek knowledge. Because by having knowledge, we will know Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. That's the thing, brothers and sisters. If you look, it's all in one package. We have Khalifah, we have Amanah, we have Iqra, and then we have Rahmatal lil Alamin. Okay, what is Rahmatal lil Alamin, brothers and sisters? Okay, Rasulullah SAW is sent to the earth basically as Rahmatal lil Alamin. We want IUM basically to spread the knowledge to all the world and to be Rahmatal lil Alamin. That's the way, brothers and sisters. That's why I want all of you, I want all of you, when you become an IIUM student, when you become an IIUM student, you have to show the way to the world, the way to the world, brothers and sisters. That's why it's very important all of you have the spirit of Khalifah. Kita nak setiap pelajar kita mempunyai semangat sebagai seorang Khalifah. Kita ni bukan seorang pengikut. Kita ni bukan seorang pengikut. Kita ni seorang Khalifah. Jadinya kita menjadi sebagai memberi rahmat pada seluruh alam, rahmatan lil alamin. And that is very important, brothers and sisters. Very important. So our tagline I want you all to remember, Khalifah, Amanah, Iqra, rahmatan lil alamin. Okay, now alhamdulillah we are at year 2020. So the question is, how are we going to go about in year 2020? What is happening? What will be after the pandemic? And this is very important. Okay, if you look at the IUM Vision 2040, okay, if you look at the vision, can you look at vision here? Okay, one of the vision basically, if you look here, is here. The 7 mission here. We have the Rahmatan lil Alamin. Okay, IUM as leading the way. And we have the Maqasid Syariah, for example. I think you all know what is Maqasid Syariah. We need to take care, for example, is our mind, our body, our lineage, our what we call, whatever that Allah give us, all these are under Maqasid Syariah. So if you look here, and then we have the SDG, Sustainable Development Goals. Everything that we do in IUM should be sustainable. Should be sustainable. What does it mean by sustainable? Sustainable, for example, I give you one analogy. For example, the climate. We look at the climate. Okay, the climate. The climate should be sustainable for the future generation. If you look now, if you look at Gambang now, few days ago it was raining. Alhamdulillah, today it's hot again. But we want to have a sustainable climate. A climate that can be sustainable to all the people. So these are the things. And then I give you an example. Okay, I think most of you are from economics. Most of you are from economics, from human sciences. Okay, we want to have, for example, a sustainable education system. Sustainable ni maksudnya dia berterusan, dia mampan, okay. Dia dapat digunakan untuk orang seterusnya. That is what SDG is all about. Sustainable. We must remember, we are borrowing the world. Kita meminjam saja dunia ni untuk generasi masa hadapan. Dan ingat sebab tu, everything that we do must be sustainable. For example, the economic system. Okay, we must look whether the economic system is sustainable or not. Contohnya, kita tengok sekarang kewangan. Sistem kewangan. Sistem kewangan yang ada sekarang adalah sistem kewangan daripada barat. It's not sustainable. Okay, if you look at the economic system that we have now, it's from the West. We are borrowing the economic system from the West. That's why in IUM, we have what we call the Islamic education system and the Islamic economic system. The Islamic, for example, political system that is very different from the West. Kalau kita tengok, cara Islam adalah berbeza daripada cara Barat. Cara Barat, kalau kita tengok, ekonomi kapitalis. Ekonomi kapitalis hanya mementingkan apa? Mementingkan keuntungan. Sedangkan ekonomi Islam mementingkan apa? Dia mementingkan rahmatan lil alamin. Contohnya kita tengok ekonomi Islam. The economic Islamic economics basically is based on, for example, zakat. If more profit that we make, the more what we call the more bounties that we give to the people. Kalau kita tengok ekonomi Islam, lagi banyak kita dapat, lagi banyak kita memberi. Contoh, Abid Liu. Abid Liu, I think you all know Abid Liu, isn't it? Abid Liu is a very good preacher. And then in fact, is a well-known businessman. He has a lot of companies out there. And then the other day, he go to Palestine to give donation. In fact, in Malaysia, he give a lot of donation. No? How can he do that? How can he do that? Because he has a lot of money. When he have a lot of money, well, he can give to other people. So that is what Islamic economic is all about. Okay, if you look at Islamic political science, what do we have in political science? Human sciences. Political science. If you look at political science, kalau kita tengok politik. For example, we look at our political system in Malaysia. Okay, what do you see about our political system in Malaysia? Anybody? Anybody want to give some feedback? If you look at the political economy in Malaysia, people are just so interested about power. But how do a khalifah is chosen in the Muslim world? Kalau kita tengok macam mana politicking dalam Islam lah. Dalam Islam lah kita tak ada politik secara barat ni. Dalam Islam kita menggunakan sistem apa? In Islam we are using the shura system. Shura system. Okay? A shura, it means that a leader is chosen from the preference of the people through a shura. Dalam Islam, pemilihan pemimpin bukan melalui parti-parti politik, bukan. Bukan melalui pilihan raya, bukan. Pemimpin dipilih melalui syura. Dan kalau kita tengok pemimpin-pemimpin Islam yang dahulu, if you look at our previous leaders, our khalifah, they don't want to become the khalifah. Kalau kita tengok zaman Abu Bakar, zaman-zaman Usman, mereka tak nak. They don't want to become the khalifah. They know the responsibility. Dia tahu bila dia terpilih sebagai khalifah, dia mempunyai amanah tadi, amanah yang begitu berat atas bahunya. Okay? Sebab tu kalau kita tengok khalifah-khalifah yang terdahulu, sebaik saja dipilih menjadi khalifah, apa dia orang buat? Dia berdermakan semua harta dia. Itu begitu hebatnya. Ada tak agak-agaknya pemimpin kita mendermakan semua harta mereka? Rasa tak ada lagi. Sebab tu kita tengok kita ada SDG kat situ. That is what sustainable is all about. Our economic system must be sustainable. Our political system must be sustainable. Our education system must be sustainable. For example, engineering. We have, our moderator is engineers. We must create, for example, a car that is sustainable. What is the type of car that is sustainable? Anybody? Online? Or the online is very quiet. Okay. One example I would say nearly sustainable is the electric car. Currently, the electric car is what? I think you all know. Later, I will look into this. So we have that. We have the SDG, Falsafah Pendidikan Negara, and so on. Okay, now we look at what is important of time management, brothers and sisters. Especially, some of you may be at the Mahalah. I think most of the brothers are at the Mahalah, sciences. Okay, those for human sciences and so on. All of you are maybe at your home, isn't it? For the human sciences and economics. Okay, So at your home, it's very challenging. It's very challenging, isn't it? Because maybe your parent asked you to do the work. Maybe I heard also some students are working, basically. They are working. And then you will need to take care of your sibling and so on. So you have to have what we call a time management. Jadi kalau kita tengok brother-brother kita yang tengah quarantine tu, our brothers are in quarantine. Actually, you need to be grateful to Allah SWT. Why? Because you can focus on your studies only. Actually, though, I have two times already I'm wearing a white band. I was in isolation twice already. To tell you, brothers and sisters. Okay, I was in isolation twice. I need to wear the what we call in quarantine twice. During the quarantine, I make a mujahadah with Allah SWT. Faham tak? Kita kena ingat pada saya orang yang di quarantine ni sama dengan seperti Ashabul Kahfi. Surah Kahfi. Kau ingat tak surah Kahfi? Do you remember? Surah Kahfi, 7 orang pemuda dengan seekor anjing. Ada yang mengatakan 9 dan 11 dan hanya Allah yang mengetahui. Jadi kita ada pemuda-pemuda ni yang mengasingkan diri daripada segala kemaksiatan. So I'm looking at isolation as in that. Kita mengasingkan segala kemaksiatan yang berada di dalam kampus kita, segala kemaksiatan yang berlaku di dunia ni. Kita mengisolasikan diri kita di dalam sebuah gua. Itulah dia contohnya quarantine. Okay? Jadi kita gunakan masa kita untuk fokus on our studies. So that's why what is important in time management, one is to reduce in stress. Okay, later I will show you, brothers and sisters, the statistic. For your information, brothers and sisters, for sciences the other day, the percentage of passes is 76% only. Hari tu sciences yang lulus hanya 76%. Dan arts yang lulus sebenarnya 80%. 80% saja. Dan dismissal itu adalah 140 orang. Dismissal 140 student, brothers and sisters. Okay, it is very alarming. Very alarming. Kita dapati masa semester 1 itu performance student adalah begitu teruk sekali. Jadi disebabkan tu kita bawa student balik ke dalam campus. But unfortunately, I don't know lah what happened. I don't know. I think you all know better. I don't want to mention lah anything about this COVID lah. I would say that this is just a challenge from Allah SWT. Tapi kalau ada forum lagi mungkin kita boleh bincang lagi. Kita boleh bincang. Okay. So when you are quarantined, when you are at home, you must manage your time. That is the importance of time management. So one, time management is to reduce the stress. When we manage our time, we will reduce the stress. For example, macam saya ni lah. For example, like me, I'm very busy. Actually, just now, actually I have a program at my school. I have to visit Ibadah just now. That's why the time is very tight. Then after that, I have to go to the campus. Now I am at Ibadah. I want to look at what is the situation in the Mahala and also what we call the vaccination at the Mahala Zarawi. So after that, after this, I need to go to Johor. So it means that I need to manage my time. That's why just now I was a little bit late, around 1 minute. I need to manage my time. Okay, because the road is quite hectic just now. So in managing the time, we will reduce the stress. One is the stress. Second one is a sense of achievement. For example, I heard a lot of complaint from art students. A lot of assignment. Ada banyak assignment. A lot of assignment. So how do you do your assignment? Do you do your assignment when you're free? Or you schedule your assignment? Saya nak tanya. Adakah kamu buat tutorial kamu, contohnya, bila kamu free? Ataupun kamu letakkan siap-siap. Tutorial ni saya kena buat macam ni. Tutorial ni saya kena buat macam ni. Most of the students, they didn't manage the time. They will do when they are free. Okay. The fact is that you will not free. Okay. Masalahnya, kita tak akan free selagi kita tak freekan masa kita. Tu dia, brothers and sisters. You will not free unless you allocate your time for that. So like me, I need to allocate my time. I need to allocate. This is time for this is time for my school, this is time for my surau, this is time for this program, this is the time for the student, and so on and so forth. If I don't manage my time, I will not have the time. Okay. In fact, if you read a good book from Dr. Bakar, actually our president, he have 25 hours per day. He has 25 hours per day. How do he do that? by doing the work fast. You need to do work fast. And then by managing the time, you can increase your energy, brothers and sisters. You can increase your energy. If you don't manage your time, this is what happening. Especially the student at the mahalah, they don't manage the time. When you don't manage your time, you will not have enough energy to do that. Okay, I give you an example. For example, just now, okay, how many of you do exercise in the morning? This is very important. Exercise is not necessary that you do a jogging, whatnot. Exercise ni tak semestinya kita jogging dan sebagainya. Maybe it's a stretching, whatnot. You do jumping and so on. These are the things that you need to do. And then after that, you go for your breakfast. And then after that, you study. So in order to do that, we need to manage the time. Okay, and then increasing productivity is correct. Okay, it's correct. Bila kita manage kita punya time, kita akan increase productivity. Kita akan increase productivity. Macam saya kata tadi lah. Kalau kita hanya tunggu masa kita free, kita tak akan free. Okay, by managing it, if I go to my office, if you go to my office, on my table there is a schedule. What I need to do. I will list down what are the things that I need to do, and I manage my calendar. I don't know how many of you have calendar. Do you have calendar? Google Calendar at least. You need to manage your time. Put it properly when you want to complete it. If you don't put it in the calendar, you will not make it done. Okay? So that's why increase productivity and then achieving a goal. Okay, brothers and sisters, I want to ask you. Okay, I want to ask you, brothers and sisters. This is your second semester already. Okay. Have you achieved your goal in CFS? Have you achieved your goal? Anybody?
No.
So what is your goal? And what is your goal? Your goal basically, let's say you are in engineering, and you are an engineer, and you are in allied health, in whatever program. Our goal basically is to score as high as possible, achieving A's. So you must ask yourself, for example, human sciences. You need to read. You need to get at least 2.25. In fact, that day, in a meeting, the kuliah requested to get at least 2.5. Okay, for the student. Okay, that's the goal. The question is, have we achieved it? We want to go to the kuliah that we want. Kita dah dapat tak pointer yang kita nak? Pasal kita nak masuk kuliah. Pasal tujuan kita masuk CFS ni pasal kita nak masuk kuliah. Dan kita nak masuk kuliah yang terbaik. Contohnya economic student hari tu. Economic student. Tak pernah economic student fail. Tak pernah. Jadi tempoh hari economic student ramai fail. Ramai fail. Jadi persoalan dia, kenapa? What happened? Okay? And then the last one is an essential life skill. Brothers and sisters, the success of your life is the success of you managing the time. Sebab tu banyak surah-surah later kita tengok. Okay, now brothers and sisters, I think you have seen the schedule, isn't it? You have seen the schedule. Okay. Our official exam is from 9 March to 18 March. Okay. Have you seen the schedule, brothers and sisters?
Yes.
Yes. The last paper is human sciences paper. The first paper is Arabic paper, followed by ICT paper on 10 March. Okay, engineering student. Well, most of you will start around 12 there, and then you have a chemistry, economics paper on the 12th, and so on. Okay, how much time do we have left? How much time exactly do we have left? We have 1 month or 4 weeks. Okay, is that a long time, brothers and sisters?
No.
The answer is no. No. Okay, the answer is no. Okay, so after this, I want you all to do a benchmarking, brothers and sisters, to do a benchmarking. You need to look at all the subjects you have taken this semester. What is the status of the subject? Okay, we don't have much time. Okay, you need to look at the assignment. You need to look at the test. How many more that you need to do. Okay, manage it properly, brothers and sisters. You need to manage. Kita kena manage benda ni. Kita kena aturkan dia. Kalau tak, nanti kita akan fail lagi next semester. And then this is the second semester. You have another 1 semester to go. Sayang tau tengok tempoh hari saya tengok ramai yang fail. Kita ada 140 orang yang dismissal lah itu. Lepas tu bila nak exam dah tak faham tu, mula dah new. That is another thing. Another problem of our student. We caught 10 student cheating. Kita tangkap 10 student menipu. Kenapa dia menipu? Why they cheat? Why they cheat? Sedangkan meniru ni adalah satu perbuatan yang terkutuk. Meniru ni adalah sama dengan mencuri. Kalau Islam ni pun dia potong tangan. Okey, nasib baik ini dismissal. Okey. So nak cerita. Jadi kenapa kita meniru? Kerana kita tak manage our time. Kita tak tengok, kita tak peruntukkan masa untuk peperiksaan ni. Itu dia masalahnya, brothers and sisters. So I want you all to really look, brothers and sisters. We don't have much time, and you don't have much time. Okay, really need to look. Okay, really, this is your second semester. You need to improve your CGPA in your first semester. That's why that day we bring all our students to come back to campus. Sebab tu itu kita bawa balik. Semua student ke kampus. Sebenarnya yang sekarang ni pun sebenarnya bukan kita suruh pelajar balik. Sebenarnya masalah ramai sangat pelajar yang nak balik. Ramai ibu bapa yang very concern lah. Sebenarnya COVID ni kalau kamu dah ada vaksin insya-Allah, selalunya akan dapat sesembuh dan sebagainya insya-Allah. Jangan risaulah. Jangan risau. Kamu semua muda-muda lagi, insya-Allah Allah akan lindungi. Jangan takut. Pasal kita berjuang untuk Allah SWT. Kita berada di IUM. Jangan takut. Jangan takut dengan insan yang Allah cipta ni. Allah hantar kita COVID-19 ni sebagai apa? Sebagai satu ujian, tuan-tuan. Kalau kita menyerah kalah, maknanya kita dah gagal. Itu dia. Jadi nak tanya, kita ni kat mana? Adakah kita dah gagal ke belum? Tanya masing-masing, kita tanya diri sendiri. Okay. Look, okay, now look here. Just now I mentioned. That's why, brothers and sisters, when coming to IUM, I want all of you to have the spirit of the Khalifah. Saya nak semua orang ada sikap sebagai seorang Khalifah, seorang pemimpin. Contohnya bila saya tanya tu, jawablah. Tu contoh. Itulah seorang Khalifah. Dia tak takut. Bila tanya, cuma dok senyap je kan. Cuma macam tu. Itulah seorang ciri seorang Khalifah. Amanah. Amanah tu maksudnya dia tak meniru dalam peperiksaan. Tu dia. Bayangkan, katalah sekarang ni kita marah pemimpin-pemimpin kita. Kita kata pemimpin-pemimpin kita korang. Kita meniru dalam peperiksaan. Apa beza kita dengan dia orang? Tu dia. Tu dia, brothers and sisters. Sebab tu bila kita masuk di IUM, kita punya world view of knowledge berbeza. Berbeza. Sebab tu kalau kamu tanya saya lah, kalau pelajar-pelajar tanya saya lah, adakah sama masuk IUM dengan universiti lain? Jawapan dia tak sama. Tak sama. Bila kita masuk IUM ni, kita berjihad atas jalan Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Okay? Tu dia, brothers and sisters. Beza. Kita lillahi ta'ala innama a'malul binniyat. Sebab tu kita masuk di UIA ni, niat kita kena betul dan Allah akan bantu kita. Dan dalam proses kita mencapai kejayaan tu, Allah akan uji kita, tuan-tuan. Allah akan uji kita. Masalahnya, adakah kita bersabar? Tu dia. Banyak ayat Quran apabila kita diuji oleh Allah SWT, kita harus bersabar. Bersabar dan bersabar. Kalau kita tak sabar, apa jadi? Maka kitalah orang-orang yang gagal. Tu dia. Okey, clear ke tak clear tu? Okey. Jadi mana? Jadinya Allah sebut dalam yang ketiga ni, Iqra' ni. Jadi macam mana nak berjaya menjadi seorang khalifah? Kita kena banyak membaca. Iqra' bismi rabbikal ladzi khalaq. Kita kena banyak menuntut ilmu. Tu dia, brothers and sisters. Okey. Hanya dengan ilmu ni, kalau tanya saya lah, macam mana kita nak keluar daripada pandemik ni? Macam mana kita nak keluar daripada gawatan ekonomi ni? Macam mana kita nak keluar daripada segala kemelut yang disebabkan oleh manusia ni? Macam manakah cara nak keluar daripada semua ni? Macam mana caranya? Hanya dengan ilmu, tuan-tuan. Hanya dengan ilmu. Kita hanya boleh keluar hanya dengan ilmu. Dengan ilmu lah kita baru boleh berjaya. Sebab itu Iqra'. Allah letak kat situ. Iqra' bismi rabbikal ladzi khalaq. Dan hanya apabila kita telah menjaya menguasai semua ilmu dunia ni. Sebab tu kalau kita tengok zaman kebangkitan Islam tempoh hari. Zaman siapa tu? Zaman siapa? Siapa boleh ingat? Okey, nanti kita tengok Okey, siapa-siapa tamadun Islam kan? Kita kata ada contohnya kalau kita masuk kat asrama kita ni lah, kita ada Al-Biruni. Lagi asrama apa? Al-Zahrawi. Di sini. Lagi kita asrama apa lagi? Macam-macam lagi nama kan. Kita ada Ibnu Sina. Apa lagi? Kita ada bangunan apa lagi? Ibnu Haytham. Kan? Dewan kita nama apa? Dewan kita. Al-Khawarizmi. Kan? Jadinya semua tu adalah all of them are Muslim. Muslim scientists, Muslim mathematician and so on. They do a lot for Islamic work. Okay? That's why kalau kita tengok masa kebangkitan Islam tempoh hari, Islam tu naik dengan ilmu sebenarnya. Sebab tu that was the spirit of IUM. That was the spirit of IUM. That's why we want to conquer the knowledge. By having the knowledge, we will conquer the world, brothers and sisters. So these are the sustainable goals. I don't know whether you know or not, the sustainable goals. So our university is aiming for sustainable. Okay. For example, no poverty. Tak ada kemiskinan. Sebenarnya itulah sebenarnya Islam. Kalau kita tengok konsep zakat tu sebenarnya. Kalau kita tengok SDG number 1 and number 2, it's very related. No poverty and zero hunger. It's very related. Very sustainable. Because why? If you look at the way of the Muslim economics, kalau kita tengok Muslim economic adalah salah satunya sistem ekonomi di dunia di mana adanya zakat. Only in Muslim economics that we have the concept of zakat. With zakat, basically, the rich is giving to the poor. So that there will be no poverty in the world. Sebenarnya kalau kita betul-betul menghayati konsep zakat tu, takkan ada orang miskin dalam dunia ni. Itu dia sebenarnya. Zero hunger, tak ada kemiskinan, tak ada orang yang akan berlapar. It become very sustainable. The economic become very sustainable. And the rich will give to the poor. The poor can manage by themselves. So these are a very sustainable question. Okay, next we look at the good health. Good health. For example, just now I mentioned about COVID and so on. So if we have a sustainable what we call health system, we will eradicate ourselves. Kita dapat menghilangkan segala kemelut disebabkan oleh virus dan sebagainya. Okay, this can be achieved actually. And then quality education as in our university, gender equality. Actually in Islam in Makkah Syariah, we already define what is the gender equality. In fact dalam Islam tak ada perbezaan antara lelaki dan perempuan. Isn't it? Maknanya they treat sama rata. Kan? In fact kalau kita tengok konsep munakahat pun begitu detail dituliskan dalam Islam. Okay? Clean water and so on. So many things there. Actually, so many things we cannot go all. Climate action, life below water, life on land. So all to be a sustainable world. That's the idea, brothers and sisters. IUM to be a sustainable world. Kita nak menghasilkan satu dunia yang sustainable, yang mampan, yang dapat berterusan. Okay? That is the aim, brothers and sisters. Okay? The vision, this one must be clear. The vision to become a leading international center of education excellence, brothers and sisters. So that's why vision ni must be clear. Daripada vision ni, then we push. Daripada vision, mission, then you push for what you want to do in a university. Tu yang nak ingatkan kamu. Jadi all of you brothers and sisters, you must have a vision. Apakah visi kita? Contoh, you all. Apa visi you all? Maybe some of you, my vision is to become the next prime minister. That is a vision. My vision is to be the next minister. Okay, that is a vision. Vision. My vision is to become what? The next, maybe mufti for, I don't know, for Malaysia. That is a vision. Okay, if you have a vision, then you work hard for that. The one that you do to achieve your vision basically is the mission. Misi kita. Bila kita dah ada visi, kita akan ada misi. Misi kita adalah apa? Contohnya, saya nak mendapat A. Kenapa saya nak mendapat A ni? Pasal saya nak menjadi seorang pemimpin yang hebat di masa hadapan. Itu dia. Saya nak menjadi Umar Abdul Aziz. Contohnya. Saya nak cari khalifah yang terbaik. Katalah dalam bidang bisnes. Bisnes Islam yang terhebat. Siapa tahu? Contohnya. Di kalangan sahabat. Contoh?
Sayyidina
Osman.
Abu Bakar. Itu antara yang hebat. Betul tak? Kita nak menjadi macam tu. Jadi kalau kita tengok sekarang, kalau kita tengok golongan korporat kat Malaysia sekarang ni. Siapa yang mampu? Siapa yang mampu melakukan seperti itu? Kalau kita tengok zaman Osman Ali. Osman Ali. Dan sebelum tu kan kita tengok dia orang ni mendermakan semua harta dia. Datang Abu Bakar dia, Rasulullah, aku dermakan semua harta aku. Jadi Rasulullah tanya, apa yang tinggal? Apa yang tinggal? Tinggal Allah dan Rasul. Begitu hebat. Betul tak? Adakah ahli-ahli korporat kita buat macam tu? Tak ada, kan? Itu yang masalah, kan? So we need to have a vision and mission. Okey, jadi kalau kita tengok kan zaman tamadun Islam, kalau kita tengok daripada Rasulullah SAW, zaman Rasulullah SAW, lepas tu dia masuk, dia naik ke zaman Abbasiyah. Jadinya kalau kita tengok pada masa itu di Andalus, Andalusia, di Baghdad, for example, we have Darul Hikmah. We have Darul Hikmah kat situ. Kalau kita masih ingat lagi, di Baghdad sana kita ada Darul Hikmah, di mana Khalifah pada masa itu mengumpulkan semua ilmuwan dunia berada di Baghdad. Zaman tu kita adalah Ibnu Haytham, Warizmi, semua ada kat situ. Semua ilmu ada di Baghdad pada masa itu. So tamadun dan naik. Tamadun tu naik dengan ilmu. Masalah sekarang, the problem now, the knowledge is not with us. The knowledge is with the West. The knowledge now is with China. For example, COVID-19. Can we make the antivirus? People are still in dilemma whether to take the booster shot or not. Ni kan, kita sekarang ni tengah nak bagi booster kat pelajar kita kat CFS ni. Semua masing-masing punya tu. Nak ambil, tak nak ambil, nak ambil, tak nak ambil. Mana mufti kita? Mana mufti kita apa fatwa ambil booster ni? Keluarkanlah. Kan? Contohnya macam tu. Kita di UIA begitu ramai ilmuwan Islam. Apa pandangan kita tentang booster ni? Contoh. Jadi itulah dia, tuan-tuan. Jadi bila kita ada benda-benda macam ni, kita harus ke hadapan. We are moving in front. Kita jangan dalam polemik. Kita bersembang benda-benda kecil. No, we should discuss about the world. That's the thing, brothers and sisters. Okay, now as you all know, Muslim civilization is still going down. Okay, and then with that, the red one here is the Europa. Okay, so the pandemic. The question is now, what is after pandemic? I think you all know now. We are at the fourth revolution. We are at the fourth revolution. Okay, what is fourth revolution? Autonomous decision making of cyber physical system using machine learning through cloud technology. I give you an example. For example, your Google. Now, when you start to Google something, you realize that the Google is analyzing you. It's about big data. It's about big data. The system is very big. And then when you try to, for example, let's say you go to, I don't know, what other apps that you know, for example, you go to IG and so on. The IG will suggest to you, what have you searched just now in the Google? Actually, all the other apps already know what is your interest, where do you come from, and so on. Actually, every time that you reach for your handphone, the system is analyzing you. I don't know whether you realize that or not. This is the technology that we have now. The question is, are we the user of the technology, or are we the creator of the technology? That's the thing, brothers and sisters. Are we still, if you look now in the Internet of Things, these are the things now, brothers and sisters. I want all of you to be aware now. This is the post-pandemic. Ni adalah benda-benda yang berlaku sekarang ni. Kalau kita tertinggal, kalau kita tak dapat menguasai, maka kita akan, you will be left behind. Kita akan ketinggalan. So basically, this is Internet of Things. What is Internet of Things? Basically, for example, your car now is talking to the cloud. For example, new Proton car or all the modern cars now, they have already the Google, the Android is already installed in the car. Basically, the car is already communicating with the cloud. The next time, maybe it's not far in the future. In fact, now it's there already, but currently you need to use a scanner. For example, I have a problem in my car. I use a scanner and then I can browse through the computer in the car. What is the problem with the car? Okay, the next, this thing will not be far in future. I think in the next few months, the car can tell you, they can talk to you. What is the problem with the car itself? Boleh bayangkan tak? Kita naik kereta je, kereta tu beritahu, kita nak kena tukar minyak hitam ni. Minyak nak habis, tolong isi lah. Lepas tu dia beritahu pula, ni stesen minyak ada kat depan ni. Aduh, kan? Demam tak kita kalau kita naik kereta macam tu? Naik kereta kan? Kereta tu beritahu kita pula kan? Lepas tu dia boleh tanya kita kata, Ni brother Is, dekat depan ni ada kedai sedap lah, boleh makan kat kedai tu. Aduh kan. That would not be very far away. Pasal benda tu ada tau. Teknologi tu dah ada. It's there. It's just about a method of linking the software. Can you imagine a car can do that? In fact, I think later I will show you the guy that do that. And then the house is connected to internet, and computer internet to internet is there already. All the washing machine, the car, and so on and so forth. Everything. And this is what we call the Internet of Things. The question is, brothers and sisters, how well are you with the computers? How well are you with programming? These are the things, brothers and sisters. It's about big data. What is the big data that you all know? The big data. For example, our big data now that everybody is looking is the what? The COVID-19. Do you realize now? Everybody is using MassJatra. Isn't it? Everybody is using MassJatra. How many people in Malaysia? We have how many millions?
30 million.
We have 30 million. Can you imagine? 30 million of data every second. The system is analyzing. That is what big data is all about. This big data, there are a lot of things that you can do with the data. This is one assumption. There is one example. Another, let's say I give you that is related, for example, in economics. For example, let's say I want to produce a new, for example, a new product. The first thing that I will ask is, what do people want to buy? Isn't it? Betul tak? Kan, katalah saya nak jual satu barang baru kan. You want to make a drop ship. I want to make a new thing. I want to sell something. I want to know what is the most viral thing now. No, where do you go? Where do you go, brothers and sisters? You go to the internet. You go to the internet. You search. Actually, for example, Lazada and so on, they are analyzing the business trend. They are analyzing the business trend. This is what big data is all about. Everything is about data. Everything is about data, brothers and sisters. That's why when you want to present something, sometimes the student want to present something, I say, get me the data. For example, in a mahalah, no, what is the problem? What is the problem with the student? Okay, can you give me the data? Give me the data. We do something based on data. It's not based on perception. That's the thing, that is what big data is all about. Everything is about data, brother. If you control the data, you control the world, brothers and sisters. To control the data, you control the world. So this is what we are here now. We are at Society 5.0, super smart society. The question is, are we super smart? Okay, brothers and sisters, are we super smart? What does super smart all about? Super smart all about is about IoT, Internet of Things. Big data is about artificial intelligence, AI, 5G network. Itulah kan, 5G network ni kadang-kadang saya pun kadang malu dengan pelajar-pelajar kita lah kat UIA ni kan. Itulah kan. Tak tahu you all, Biru ni dah okey dah internet kat Biru ni. Dah okey ke tak okey dah? Saya pun tak tahu dah okey ke tak okey.
So, Wi-Fi memang slow sikit.
Itulah dia kan, Wi-Fi pun slow sikit kan. Itulah dia, that's the problem, brothers and sisters. This is the thing that I've been talking to the management of IUM, No, people are going for big data, people are going for IoT, people are going for artificial intelligence. But we are still having problem with Wi-Fi. Aduh, kan? Itulah dia problem dia kan. So that's the thing, brothers and sisters. So I also pity all of you. But we are trying our best, basically, to rectify the problem. Brothers and sisters, sometimes also I feel very sad. Networks and robots. That's the thing. That's the future, brothers and sisters. Artificial intelligence, I think you all know. Okay, and this is how economics now. I think most of our student online now is from economics and human sciences, isn't it? It's almost similar. Okay, and engineering. Just now I see some of you from engineering and so on. Okay, nowadays economics is based on big data. Okay, if you look here, big data. Everything is on big data. The money and so on. For example, the economics all based on data. All based on data. The stock market definitely is based on big data. So the question is, how are we moving into that? That's why we need to move into that. Okay, this is for example human sciences. Human sciences, if you go on political sciences and so on, all based on data. For example, this Johor election. The Johor election. How many from Johor online? How many from Johor? I don't know. In fact, they already can predict who are going to win. I can predict who is going to win. Okay, from the big data. What is the big data that they have? They can have the perception of the people over there. You know, in the past, what do they vote and so on. Okay, and then they can make a survey. All that based on data, and they can predict. And that is the power of big data. Okay, I think you all know the richest man in the world. Who's the richest man in the world now?
Elon Musk.
It's either Elon Musk or
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. Okay, either sometimes it's okay, sometimes Bill Gates is at back lah. But normally they two lah. They are competing against each other. What is so interesting about Elon Musk? Anybody can tell me what's so interesting about Elon Musk? Anybody?
He never give up.
Okay, very good. Never give up. Other than that? Okay, actually, okay. That is one of the criteria to be a good leader. Actually, all of them actually never give up, never give up. But one interesting story about Elon Musk, actually, okay, for your information, Elon Musk start to do programming at the age of 12. He sell his first computer games at age of 12. Dia jual computer game yang pertama pada umur 12 tahun. Kamu boleh bayangkan tak? Agak-agak. Elon Musk ni bayar saya lah umur 50 tahun. Saya pun umur dah 50 tahun. Dia bayar saya. Elon Musk is a physics graduate and economics graduate. Elon Musk ni, he is a physics graduate and economics graduate. Same, I'm also physics. Okay, nak cerita tu je lah. Okay, tapi sebenarnya yang menjadi berbeza dia, Elon Musk ni, he has another degree that is economics. Why economics? Okay, when you are a graduate of physics, he's a physics graduate, like me lah. It means that we have technical background. When you have physics degree, or physics masters, PhD, you have a technical background. You know all how to make things, how the what we call law in the world. You are very good in all fields. But just good in inventing does not make you a millionaire. In order to be a millionaire, you need to be able to sell it. That's the thing that they appreciate me with Elon Musk. He has a business mindset. Itulah dia, brothers and sisters. Okay, nowadays another thing that we need to have a business mindset. Okay, kita kena ada business mindset. Kita ada mindset siapa? Kalau zaman sahabat dulu siapa? Sahabat kita yang paling hebat berniaga.
Abdul Rahman bin Auf.
Very good. Abdul Rahman bin Auf. Very good. Nak cerita tu lah Abdul Rahman bin Auf. Abdul Rahman bin Auf ni, masa dia berhijrah ke Madinah, dia tanya sahabat-sahabat dia kat sana, sahabat kat mana? Tunjukkan aku pasar kat mana? Dia kata, tunjukkan aku pasar. Pasal apa dia nak tunjukkan aku pasar? Dia kata, aku nak berniaga. Tu dia Abdul Rahman bin Auf. Dia ceritakan Abdul Rahman bin Auf ni, masa zaman Aisyah masa zaman tu, dia bawa balik 76 ekor unta yang di atasnya penuh dengan harta emas daripada perniagaan. Boleh bayangkan tu. Begitu hebatnya Abdul Rahman Auf. Tu salah seorang businessman. Jadi nak cerita Elon Musk ni become great because he is a great businessman. So what I'm saying to you all, brothers and sisters, we need to conquer as much knowledge as possible. In fact, in IIUM, you can have a degree, for example, in engineering with economics. You can have a degree, for example, IT with economics. Because we need to have various fields. In fact, now, all the fields are overlapping. Okay, I think you all know Elon Musk, and he is the company of what? Tesla. He have the company of Tesla. What is Tesla? Electric car. And then he has a company for Solar City. Solar City is a company that focuses on sunlight to generate electricity. And then he has a boring company. It's not that this company is boring. Boring means that it's making a tunnel. Because his idea basically, all the cars will go on inside the tunnel. And then another big company of his is SpaceX. What is SpaceX? His company, he want to go to Mars. He want to colonize the Mars. He said that in one day, what will happen to the Earth? There's so many, so much pollution on Earth that people will not survive. So we need to go to another planet. So so his idea basically is to colonize Mars. And then he have the Escom and Zip company, and another big company of him is Neuralink. You can imagine, he is the CEO of all this company. What is Neuralink is all about? Anybody knows? His idea basically to implant a chip inside the human brain. He managed to do that actually. Can you imagine? You all, I know you all want to set for the exam in a 1 month time. So what you can do, you can download later, but it's not perfected. The technology is not perfected. What you can do, you can download all the information inside your brain. That will be the future, brothers and sisters. A neural link. You can embed a chip inside your brain and then download all the information inside your brain. Oh, very fantastic. Okay, that will be the idea lah. But the idea basically to link the brain with a computer. The idea will be that, and then you to be able to control the computer using your brain lah. So that's the idea. So endless possibility, brothers and sisters. When you put your mindset to that. But all these things you can do if you have what? If you have the knowledge, brothers and sisters. If you don't have the knowledge, you cannot do that. Okay, I think we don't have much time. So this is the pointer. I think you all know. For human sciences, you need to reach 2.5. Economic also you need to reach 2.5. Economics. So you need to work hard for that, brothers and sisters. Okay, why do you choose this one? I have mentioned just now. Okay, as we know, CFS, the garden of knowledge and virtue. We have knowledge and virtue. Virtue, it means that all the good behavior that you need. So as I mentioned just now, IUM, we want to create the future leaders of the Ummah. Brothers and sisters, you are the future leaders of the Ummah. If you ask me, who is the next Prime Minister? Who is the next Prime Minister? It's you. Okay? It's you, brothers and sisters. Okay? I think great Muslim scholars, just now I have mentioned, we have Al-Jazari, Ibn Haytham in physics, Ibn Firnas in flight, Zahrawi in medicine, Mariam Astrolabi basically is in the GPS. Ibn Khaldun is a thinker, is a philosopher. And then we have Ibn Sibda also in medicine. But Zahrawi here, basically, his focus is on surgery. Zahrawi. Okay. That's why we are very famous in Malaysia now. We have the cluster Zahrawi. Okay. But for your information, basically, Zahrawi is a surgeon. A surgeon. Time, our most precious resources. That's why we need to manage it. Manage it, brothers and sisters. If you don't manage it, what did Allah mention in the surah? Wal asri innal insana lafi khusr illa allazina amanu wa amilus solihat wa tawassaw bil haqq wa tawassaw bis sabr. Okay. So this is the problem the other day, brothers and sisters. We have 145 dismissal students and 76% clear passes. That is semester 1, brothers and sisters. That's why the other day we bring all the sciences students back on campus. We really want all of you to focus on your studies. I don't know what happened now at the Mahlah. But I really hope now, brothers and sisters, you need to focus. So important of time. Allah mentioned in Quran and Sunnah. Okay. One ask, I think you all know. Okay. Take advantage of 5 meter before the 5 meter. You are youth before you are old. Now, brothers and sisters, all of you is in your youth. Okay. Kamu semua seorang pemuda, pemuda-pemudi. Oh, yang hebat. Soekarno kata dulu, bagi saya 10 pemuda akan aku goncangkan dunia. Soekarno lah kata. Okey. Dia kata, bagi dia 10 pemuda. Okey. Adakah kamu 10 pemuda tu? Tu persoalannya. Berapa ramai pemuda dan pemudi yang kita ada kat CFS sekarang ni? Kita ada 2,200. Tapi semua nak balik ke rumah. Itulah dia cerita dia, tuan-tuan. Itu dia. Okay. And then your health before you fall sick. Kesihatan kita. Masa kita sihat tu kita patut bersyukur dengan Allah SWT. Before kita sakit. Your wealth before you become poor. Masa kita ada kemewahan, kelebihan, bantu. Your free time. Sekarang ni masing-masing banyak masa free. Sebab tu kena manage. Kena manage. Wal asri saya sebut. Lagi apa lagi? Surah-surah yang ada lagi. Allah berfirman kan, kata, sesungguhnya manusia itu benar-benar berada dalam kerugian. Benar-benar berada dalam kerugian. Kecuali orang yang beriman dan beramal soleh. Dia beriman dan beramal soleh. Iman dan beramal soleh ni kalau nak cerita panjang. Okay? Dan sentiasa menasihati dengan kebenaran. Itu penting tu tuan-tuan. Dan menasihati dengan kesabaran. Itu yang penting. Contohnya kata yang sekarang ni, kita sekarang tengah ada uji. Kita kena sentiasa menasihat dengan kebenaran dan kesabaran. Kebenaran dan kesabaran. Itu dia ciri-ciri orang beriman. Itu dia. Persoalannya, adakah kita mempunyai ciri-ciri itu? Ini semua kita kena bincang lah tuan-tuan. We need to look. Kita kena bincang. Kita ni berada di mana? Sebab tu kalau kita nak tengok kan sama ada orang tu berjaya ke tak, sebenarnya kita tengok cara dia menghadapi masalah tu. Ada orang kan, dia nak start. Betul. Ini dia dah gagal. Dia dah gagal. Kalau kita start mula menyalahkan orang lain, kita yang lebih membualah sekali lagi kita menyalahkan Allah SWT, habislah tu. Tu kita dah gagal. Tu dia tuan-tuan. Jadi kena ingat muhasabah diri kita. Ini adalah cubaan Allah menguji kita kerana kita mengaku diri kita beriman. Okay. Alright. Apa lagi ayat-ayat yang Allah bercerita tentang masa? Salah satunya ayat wadduha. Wadduha. Saya nak tanya dalam ramai-ramai ni, korang dah sembahyang duha belum? Dah sembahyang duha belum? Sekarang dah pukul berapa dah ni? Okey. Apa cerita surah duha ni? Apa cerita surah duha? Nampak Kalau kita tengok cerita dia ada asbabul nuzul lah. Kenapa ayat tu diturunkan? Sebenarnya cerita dia ayat tu Rasulullah SAW dah lama tak mendapat wahyu daripada Jibril lah. Dah lama tak datang. Jadinya Rasulullah rasa seolah-olah macam Allah dah melupakan dia. Itulah dia. Seolah-olah macam itulah. Sebab tu turunnya ayat ni. Dia kata, by the morning brightness. Sebab tu duha ni selalunya kita buat waktu lepas matahari kadang-kadang dah naik sepanjang galah tu. Lebih kurang lah. Kalau dia kata orang Arab tu, kalau unta tu dah mula start bergerak tu, itulah dia. And by night, when it covers with darkness, your Lord has not taken leave on you, Muhammad. Allah sebut dalam tu di mana Allah tak melupakan kamu, ya Muhammad. Tu hebatnya. Ayat doa tu. Jadi kita kena ingat tuan-tuan, kita ni berjuang di jalan Allah, Allah akan uji kita. Jadi kita kena mendapat kekuatan daripada Allah SWT. Salah satu caranya adalah dengan sembahyang duha ni tuan-tuan. Orang selalu ingat ni sembahyang duha ni dengan duit dia lah sebenarnya. Tak semestinya tuan-tuan. Allah akan bagi macam-macam. Apa yang Allah boleh bagi? Allah boleh bagi kesihatan. Allah boleh bagi masa. Allah boleh bagi ketenangan. Yang tu semua kita. Orang Melayu kita. Wah, ni dia kata nak bagi duit. Berat lah tu. Berat lah. Sedangkan kalau kita tengok, kalau kita tengok dalam Islam, kemewahan tu bukan pada duit sebenarnya. Tu dia. Sebenarnya kemewahan tu pada ketenangan. Kita kembali. Nampak? Your Lord has not taken leave on you, ya Muhammad. No, has he detested you. And hereafter is better than first life. Allah sebut kat sini. Di mana hereafter, dunia akhirat nanti adalah lebih baik daripada dunia sekarang ni, tuan-tuan. Allah sebut. Dunia akhirat lebih baik daripada sekarang. Berapa ramai yang begitu leka dengan dunia sekarang ni. Tu dia. Tu dia Allah uji kita. Baru tak ada internet, kita dah kalut dah. Contoh kan. Kita dah kalut. Baru tak ada internet. Goyang dah satu asrama. Okey, itulah dia contoh-contoh ujian yang Allah bagi kat kita. And your Lord is going to give you. And you will be satisfied. Ayat ni yang orang rujuk sebagai ayat 1000 dinar. And your Lord is going to give you and you will be satisfied. Allah akan bagi. Dan kamu akan bersyukur dengannya. Allah sebut kat situ. Tu begitu hebatnya. Nampak? Did he not find you an orphan and give you refuge? Kan? Kalau kita tahu ikut sejarah, kan Allah menjumpa dia sebagai seorang anak yatim. Dan dia bagi perlindungan. Dia nak cerita kat sini, begitu banyak nikmat yang Allah bagi kita. Begitu banyak nikmat yang Allah bagi kita yang kita tak bersyukur. Allah bagi nikmat kita masuk UA, kita bersyukur ke tak? Bersyukur. Tu dia contoh. Allah bagi nikmat kita tadi dapat makanan free, kita bersyukur ke tak? Kita tak bersyukur. Mak kita bagi tadi makan. Itu dah dia contoh-contohnya Allah sebut. Itu panjang. Kalau kita nak kupas ayat ni, saya boleh kupas satu hari sebenarnya. Sebenarnya lagi ayat surah Mu'minun, ayat yang pertama. Qad aflahamal mu'minun. Qad aflahal mu'minun. Sungguhnya telah berjaya orang-orang yang beriman tu. Mereka yang khusyuk dalam solatnya. Itulah dia tuan-tuan. Jadi kita khusyuk tak dalam solat kita tadi? Kita mendirikan solat tak? Itu antara soalan-soalan dia. Jadi banyaklah ayat Quran ni, saya pun masa tak berapa banyak lagi. Saya nak share on time management. Maksudnya kita kena penting, kita kena faham masa. Allah dah beritahu kita banyak tentang masa dalam Al-Quran dan hadis. Allah mengutuskan Rasulullah SAW sebagai rahmatan lil alamin. Wa ma arsalna illa rahmatan lil alamin. Rahmat sekalian alam, brothers and sisters. Okay. So time, a lot of people mention about time. One of it is Albert Einstein. I think you all know Albert Einstein, isn't it? Okay. Time has been discussed in physics in a lot of time. In fact, kalau kita nak cerita pasal itu pun panjang. Kalau saya nak cerita time in Einstein perspective ni, it's a long. It will be a 4-hour lecture. It's quite interesting. Actually, according to Einstein, time, you can increase the time if you can move faster with the speed of light. In fact, you can travel through time. That is another very important thing. Okay, now I want to focus on time management. I want to focus on time management because we are running out of time. So top time management skills, brothers and sisters. One is prioritizing. Prioritizing. Kita kena letak keutamaan kita. Contoh, saya bagi contoh. Katalah korang kat rumah kan. Kita nak exam tak lama lagi ni. Kan? Mak kita ajak berjalan. Tak payahlah. Dekat dengan mak tak boleh nak exam dah ni. We need to prioritize. For example, let's say you are at Mahala. But I don't know lah, you all are in the quarantine kan. I don't know what you can do. Okay. But let's say you have a lot of things to do. Okay. You need to prioritize. Kita kena letak keutamaan dia. Okay. Prioritize. And then scheduling. You need to put in chat a schedule. Okay. Normally I use a Google Calendar lah. I don't know what do you use. Do you have a Google Calendar? Do you use Google Calendar? I use Google Calendar.
Yes.
Use Google Calendar. You need to schedule all your work there. I put all of my, because Google Calendar you can share. Like me, I need to share. I share my Google Calendar with my secretary. I share with my staff. They can look at what is the time that I'm free. And then I will put all my goals there in my Google Calendar. So I know. I know these are the things that I need to do. For example, what is the meeting that I have next week? I will look at my Google Calendar. And then the most fantastic thing about Google Calendar, it can be synchronized at all the devices. It can be synchronized in my phone. It can be synchronized in my laptop. And I can share with my friends. I can share. Just now, people, one of my subordinates, asked, I want to check with your meeting. I say, what? Check. You just go through my Google Calendar. It's all there. And then you need to have keeping a to-do list. Like me, every time when I go to my office, I put a to-do list. Kita tulis, ni hari ni, ni yang saya nak buat. Okay, ni minggu depan. So I have a to-do list. Always have a list. Do you have a list? I don't know whether you have a list. You need to have a list. Put it at your table then. This is the to-do list. Aku nak balik rumah dah minggu depan ni. Apa benda aku tak buat lagi ni. Keeping a to-do list. And then resting. This is another important thing. CFS student. The problem with CFS student, they didn't manage your time. You didn't manage, in fact, your resting. Resting is very important. Kalau kita ikut sunnah pun, Rasulullah SAW selalu dalam lebih kurang pukul 10 tu dia dah tidur. Dia dah tidur. Tapi dia akan bangun malam. Itu dia. Kalau kita tengok, kalau kita ambil ikut sunnah, kalau kita ikut sunnah, kita kena tidur lebih kurang pukul 10, pukul 11. Kita bangunlah pukul 4 pagi. Kita bangun malam. And then you wake up, you need to have a sleep. In fact, Elon Musk, if you study his lifestyle, he needs at least 6 hours sleeping. You need to have that. 6 hours, the least I can do around 5 hours. Less than that, I will start to make mistake. Okay, because I need to think. And then we start to make mistake. You start to be quite emotional sometimes. So that's why you need to have a good resting. And another thing, without good resting, it will jeopardize your health. That is another problem. Macam sekarang ni kan, kita nak berperang dengan COVID. Kita kena ada rehat yang secukupnya. Pasal apa? Kita nak antibody kita at optimum. Optimum. So that's why we need to consider resting. The problem with our students, sometimes you know what happen? They study, near the end of the when it's near the exam, what happened? They don't sleep. That's normally what happens. They don't sleep. And then what happens? They say that, sir, I overslept. That is one problem. And then, sir, I have a fever. That is another problem. Dia mula start sakit lah. Sakit macam-macam sakit keluar. Kucing sakit pun keluar. Dia tak cukup tidur. Jangan. Contoh sekarang nak main game. Boleh tak nak main game sekarang ni? Ikutlah masa prioritize tadi. Kalau katalah kita dah schedule masa kita, ada masa lebih, barulah kita main. Main pun janganlah main berjam-jam. Itu contohnya. Okay, another art for top management skill is delegation. What is delegation? Okay, for example, let's say maybe some of you are student leaders. Okay. Ataupun katalah kat rumah lah. Delegate macam ni. Contohnya katalah mak kita bagi kita banyak kerja. Kita delegate lah. Bagi kat adik ke, bagi kat orang tu ke, bagi kat orang ni. For like me, I will delegate my job lah. Let's say, this thing is not important for me to do lah. Okay, I will ask somebody else to do lah. That is what we call delegate. You pass to somebody else. But maybe under my observation, but I delegate it to somebody else. That's how we do the management, time management. Okay, if you look from Islamic point of view, okay, we look at fiqh awlawiyat. Wajib first, then sunat. Okay, jadi kita tengok. Katalah sekarang ni, masa tak banyak lagi ni. Brother and sisters, masa tak banyak, tinggal 4 minggu ni. Kan? Ini wajib ke sunat ni? Kan? Kita nak periksa ni tak lama lagi ni kan? Dapat A ni, penting tak penting? Penting, brother and sisters. We need to score the best because we want to go to the kuliah that we want. Because that is our dream, our vision and vision just now. Okay, that's the first thing. Fiqh awlawiyat. Kita tengok. Benda ni penting tak penting? Tak penting tak payah buat lah. Itu je. Okay. Bigger problem to be given priority first. Bigger problem. So which one is bigger problem? So you need to look at that. Do and don'ts. Effective time management. Okay. So, if you look here. Okay, back to here just now. Do track your time. Okay. Do track your time. You need to track your time. Okay. Need to track your time. Okay. How much do you use your time? For example, let's say you do your tutorial. Okay. How much do you do it? Okay. How many minutes? Okay. All the assignments that you have. You need to track because I know at the end of the semester there's so many assignments in it. Your lecturer will give assignment. This lecturer will give this and that and so on. So you need to track it. Okay. And then you look at the activities. Okay. Here if you look at unnecessary activities ni, macam-macam aktiviti ni. Itu yang kes yang menular kat asrama tu, pergi lepak kat bilik kawan sana, pergi lepak kat bilik kawan sini, pergi sana, pergi sini, kan? Tutorial tak buat juga. So you need to look at your activities. You must eliminate the unnecessary activities. Okay, and then do set realistic goals. This is another thing. Do set realistic goals. Sometimes ni kita ni tak realistic. Kita kena tahulah kekuatan kita. Apa kekuatan kita, apa kelemahan kita. Kita kena tengok. You need to set realistic. Kalau kita rasa benda ni tak boleh, jangan buat lah. Itu another thing juga. You need to know your goals. Set realistic goals. And then, last one, don't procrastinate. Don't procrastinate. What is that? Jangan tangguh. Jangan tangguh. Itu selalu masalah. Pelajar saya. Kadang-kadang grup saya kan, dia tanya, sir, can I send next week? We say no. Send now. What do you want to send next week? Okay, complete it now. Jangan bertangguh. Kenapa? Apa yang berlaku bila kita bertangguh? Jadi kita bertangguh ni, selalunya kita akan terkena dengan benda lain nanti. Dia akan bertindih dengan benda lain. Bila kita tangguh, lama semua tak siap. Itu selalunya student ni tu. So no, we are having problem at home. I'm studying. Dah tahu masalah belajar kat rumah, kenapa tak balik kampus? Nanti balik kampus kena COVID pula sir. Itu pula masalah lain pula. Okay. So do and don't. Jangan tangguh. Track your time. Okay, brothers and sisters. Okay, now. Okay, if you look here, at here, do prioritize. Kena do prioritize. Kena letakkan keutamaan. Do prioritize. Okay, this prioritize. Okay, and then don't always say yes. Don't always say yes. Why don't always say yes? Contoh saya bagi macam ni lah. Don't always say yes ni. Okay, sometimes kawan kita ajak ke sana, kita pun pergi. Okay. Nanti kawan kita kejap. Okay. Semua dia okey kan? Orang Melayu kita selalu macam tu lah kan. Semua okey. Ada masa kita nak kata apa? Minta maaf lah. Minta maaf, I cannot go. Ataupun parents kita kan kata kan, abang, tolonglah ni. Ada masa kita nak cakap, sorry lah ya, hari ni nak kena belajar. Okay, you need to say no. That times you need to say. Okay, then do include buffer time. Buffer time, it means that some reserve time. You need to do that. Okay. And then don't multitask. Itu selalu problem kita lah. Kita multitasking, kita buat sana, buat sini. Lama semua pun tak berapa elok jadinya. We multitask. Masa tak cukup, kita multitask. In the end, well, our job is not complete. Okay. So effective time management start with clear vision and goals. Ini yang saya sebut tadi. Effective time management. You must have a clear vision and goals. Macam korang sekarang ni lah, korang masuk UIA ni, korang masuk IIUM, korang nak jadi apa? Kena letak. Kalau saya dulu, saya letak dekat meja saya tu, dekat meja saya ni, I want to become the next PM. I want to become the scientist. Actually my ambition at that time, I'm very inspired with Einstein. So that's why I took physics. Although at that time, I have the chance to become a doctor, but then I want to become a physicist. So I put there. That's my dream there. So you must have a clear vision and mission. You must have a clear vision and mission. Kita nak jadi apa ni? Kita jangan lupa. Kita nak jadi apa ni? Selalunya pelajar-pelajar kita macam tu lah. Dia dah masuk, dia dah lupa dah. Entahlah, aku masuk UIA itu tak tahulah bapak aku suruh. Tak boleh. You must have a clear vision and mission, and then you work for it. Kita kena ada clear vision and mission dan kita bekerja keras untuk mendapatkannya. Dengan izin Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Jadi kalau kita dah berusaha seberapa baik yang boleh dan kita tak dapat satu benda yang lain, itu bukan memang takdir Allah. Mungkin Allah wa makaru Allah, kita merancang rancangan Allah yang terbaik, kan? Tapi seboleh-bolehnya kita mencuba yang terbaik dalam tangkap kita. So that's the thing. We must have a vision and then mission, and then we need to have a strategy. Kita kena ada strategi. Kita nak berjaya, nak dapat A, nak dapat skor A ni. Saya rasa masa korang SPM belum korang ada. Saya cikgu-cikgu korang ada set kan, korang ni semua student A. Kalau tak masuk UIA, betul tak? Semua student A ni. So apa plan dia? Apa action plan dia nak dapat A ni tadi? Kita kena ada time management. Kita kena clear mission dengan vision kita. Kita kena ada time delegation and so on. Kena clear. Okay. So dia punya smart goal setting, if you look, it must be specific. Dia kena specific. Measurable, kita boleh measure. Attainable, maknanya boleh dapat. Relevant, dan dia kena relevant. Dan dia kena ada time base. Benda-benda yang kita buat tu kena ada time base. Okay. So these are some of the things. I think nowadays, Instagram, whatnot, budak-budak kita selalu sekarang duduk lepak sangat kan ni. Benda-benda ni boleh, tapi kena manage your time, brothers and sisters. You need to manage it. Bukan saya kata tak boleh. Saya pun sebenarnya selalu gunakan IG dan Facebook ni, okay, untuk apa? Untuk scan. Scan. A lot of things that you can learn. Actually, especially IG, YouTube, a lot of things. YouTube tu banyak benda boleh belajar. Tapi kita gunakanlah untuk belajar. Okay. Alright. So set your goals. Set your goals. Track your time. You must track your time. Make your schedule. And then you need to monitor. Kita monitor. Contoh macam ni. Okay, hari ni saya dah set dah. Berapa banyak yang saya complete? Saya dah complete, saya take out. Dah siap. So you must monitor. Ni yang tak siap ni. Kenapa tak siap ni? Okay. You must monitor. Okay. Alright. Okay, managing time. Okay, time management problem normally lack of goal setting. Selalunya masalah yang berlaku lack of goal setting. Tak ada goal lah. Masuk UIA tak clear nak buat apa. Procrastination, kita tangguh. Poor organization skill, kita tak organize. Kita sebenarnya kalau kita tahu orang tu organize ke tak, kita tengok meja dia. Kita tengok meja dia, kita boleh tahu dia ni organize ke tak organize. Low need for achievement. Tu yang ada problem. Kita tak bercita-cita tinggi, anxiety, low self-esteem. Kita macam tu lah. Sebenarnya bila saya buat dengan kamu, saya boleh tahu ni, kamu ni low self-esteem ke high self-esteem. Kita tengok pelajar tu, kita boleh nampak. You have to have a high self-esteem. We must have a characteristic of a leader. Mastering time. How to mastering time? Prioritizing, keutamaan, goal setting. Kita kena letak goal kita. Decision making macam saya kata tadi. Kalau tak penting, tak payah buat. Penting kita buat. Kalau penting, kita dahulukan yang mana lebih utama. Eliminating. Yang tak penting kita keluarkan. Efficient use of study time. Masa kita belajar. Janganlah masa kita belajar, kita sibuk dengan IG. Habis. Masa kita belajar, kita sibuk dengan game. Habis. Bukan saya kata tak boleh main, tapi kena manage your time. Okay. Alright. That's some of the things lah. Okay. So if you look here at the priority matrix. Ni priority matrix. Okay. High important. Maknanya dia penting. High important. Action dia do first. Okay. Alright. Nampak Kalau dia kata high important, maknanya dia penting sangat. Dia punya action do first. Tapi kalau kita kata nampak high important, ni high agency high important but low agency. Dia penting, tapi dia tak urgent. Kita buat lepas tu. Okay. Faham tak faham? Okay. High importance, dia penting, tapi tak urgent. Kalau dia urgent, buat dulu. Okay. Contoh apa? Kita ada assignment next week ni. Hari Senin kena hantar. Brother Is kata kena hantar. Buatlah. Kan? Kita kata kita ada satu lagi assignment penting juga. Tapi tak urgent. Okay. Lepas tu kita buat. Okay, next kita tengok. Low important. Dia tak penting. Tapi high urgency. Nampak? Low importance. Tak penting. Tapi urgent. Kita buat kemudian lah. Dia urgent juga. Tapi tak penting sangat lah. Tak penting lah. Tak buat pun tak apa. Dia kata if still necessary. Okay. Lepas tu dia kata low importance tak penting pun dan tak urgent. Tak penting, tak urgent. Apa contohnya? Contoh apa? Main game. Penting ke? Selalu saya tanya anak saya, dia marah kat saya. Penting, tak penting. Kan? Tak penting kan? Kalau tanya saya tak payah buat lah kan. Kalau tanya saya lah kan. Tapi yalah kan. Orang pun nak main game kadang-kadang. Okay, time management tu. Okay, these are some of the things you need to use. Google Calendar, Google Classroom, something like that. Okay, I think you all know. Then you need to take action. Take action, brothers and sisters. You need to take action of your time. You need to take action. Need to take action. All right. Studying versus night and studying versus daytime, it depends on you. Some people are night time, some people at daytime. For me, I have no problem. I have no problem with that. But if you ask me what is the best, I say follow the sunnah. Kalau tanya kita nak pening-pening kepala buat apa? Kita nak study siang tadi malam. Kita ikut sunnah Rasulullah SAW. Rasulullah SAW tidur pukul berapa, dia bangun pukul berapa, kita ikutlah. Kan? Saya Rasulullah adalah merupakan contoh ikutan yang terbaik. Kenapa kita nak buat benda lain? Itu contohnya. Okay. This is some of the things. Okay. And then, okay, studying. I like to remind all of you, because you are near the exam. Okay. The best way to study basically is to repeat. That's why if you look at those who are memorizing Quran, I don't know how many of you are memorizing Quran or from Darul Quran. We repeat it. We repeat it every day. Kita tasmik. Supaya kita boleh ingat balik. That's how we study. Don't study last minute, because your brain need time to digest. And then we need time to recover. Dia macam vaksin juga kan, vaksin. Sebab tu vaksin kan orang tanya, kenapa kena ada 2 dose, 3rd dose, 4th dose and so on. Because with time, what happen in decays. Memori kita dengan masa dia hilang. Jadi kita kena sentiasa ulang. Sama macam membaca Al-Quran. Sebab tu kita kena ulang. Dan lama-lama dia akan kekal. Dia akan kekal. In summary, time management is a skill that everyone must work on. Skill ni kita kena latih diri kita. Sebenarnya saya pun melatih diri saya sentiasa. Kita kena ada disiplin in time management. Kena ada disiplin. Kita tak boleh kadang-kadang, sebab tu saya tak boleh lah tengok orang duduk lepak, tak boleh. It's not my culture. Kita tengok orang kadang duduk sembang. Tak boleh. Saya buang masa. Saya tak boleh. Saya tak boleh macam tu. My time, even during holidays, I manage my time. So successful time management requires self-evaluation and desire to improve. Kita nak memperbaiki diri kita. Jadi kita kena berubah lah. Kita kena berubah. Tak boleh gunakan style yang lama. Kalau kita tempoh hari yang kita tak score itu, masa semester 1, kita kena ubah cara kita. Kita tak boleh gunakan cara yang sama. Kalau kita gunakan cara yang sama, habislah kita kali ni. Okay? Effective time management will require you to do things that you don't want to do. When you don't want to do them, you have to push push yourself. Always push yourself. Always push yourself. Sebenarnya, brothers and sisters, all of you are the best and the best in the world, I would say. You need to push yourself. Then you can become successful brothers and sisters. I think that's all I like to share today. And I think for me, I have been speaking a lot of time already. Okay. I don't know. Maybe we can open for 1 or 2 questions. Maybe you want to ask to Odal. I don't know. I'm here with Odal. I can take 1 or 2 questions. Maybe. For me, anything? If there is no, good luck with your exam. Inshallah. I make dua lah to all of you, brothers and sisters. Don't be too bogged down with this COVID now. Inshallah, we will enter the what we call the endemic phase soon. Okay. With that, we will just treat this COVID-19 as just normal flu, what we call cold virus only. Okay. And inshallah, because all of you are young, not like me lah. I'm already 50 years old. Okay. If I caught COVID, it might be the end of me. But all of you are young. I can guarantee all of you will survive this virus. I don't know. Any question for me? If there is no question, I'd like to thank the secretariat lah, for your time. Inshallah, brothers and sisters. I make the dua lah. You all will be very successful and manage to join the kuliah that you want, inshallah. With that, any question? Okay. With that, okay. Thank you, Ahmad Fahmi. Thank you for the secretariat. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having your time. Okay, I really hope all of you will score in your final, inshallah. With that, kuli kauli hadza. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Brother Izhar bin Ishaq, for the inspiring speech. If you have any queries regarding the talk just now, feel free to write in the comment section. Before I proceed, let us have a photography session with Brother Izhar bin Ishaq. Brothers and sisters, welcome to open your camera.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Okay, see you in SEM 3, if possible. Okay, Assalamualaikum. Thank you. All right.
Alright, so we will be having a 30-minute break. So stay relaxed and you may have a cup of coffee before the next session on 11 a.m. Alright, that's all for the first session.